report says that because of inflation and the recession, reallocations among the funds represent only temporary solutions to the financing problems. Another idea gaining support in Congress is replacing Social Security with private pension plans. Under this proposal, Social Security would be phased out and the government would require citizens to set up their own pension program. The advantages of this system include lower costs because, unlike Social Security, private plans make money on interest and dividends. Stimulating the economy because money would circulate throughout the private sector, and providing benefits well into the future. Social Security would be phased out slowly under this plan so that no one would lose benefits. What action Congress will take is unknown, but one point is clear: we'll have to change the system, and change it soon. Marcia Fleur, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
A rare earthquake rocked a 12-state area of the Midwest today, ranging from South Carolina to southern Ontario. Now, the quake measured 5.1 on the Richter scale and was the first ever recorded at Maysville, Kentucky, about 70 miles northeast of Lexington. Windows were shattered, chimneys were toppled, and one man reported that the whole backside of his house was destroyed. But although property damage was widespread, no injuries or deaths were reported in that unusual earthquake today. The annual Aquatennial celebration ended today in Minneapolis, and among today's events was a pint-sized version of the Aquatennial Parade. Just like its adult counterpart, today's Junior Aquatennial Parade had its own royalty, several marching groups, homemade floats, and lots of clowns. There was even room in today's parade for kids who marched to a different drummer. This week's activities have been filled with just about anything you can imagine, all sorts of things. And on this final day of Aquatennial, we found one of the more splashy events. Jillian Rice has that story.
Like knights of old at the joust, without horses and armed with fire hoses instead of lances, more than 100 metro area firefighters challenged each other today to the ancient game of water ball. The principle of the game is similar to tug-of-war, without the tug, the object being to hose the metal ball over to the opponent's side. And with 150 pounds of pressure coming out of the hose, it takes much skill and strategy.
If you're behind the ball, you're going to make it spin on the cable. The idea would be to stay right on it. It won't spin as fast. When it's spinning, it doesn't want to move for you as easily as if it's just hanging there.
As you can see, the men take this seriously, but this is a family sport, and the wives and the girlfriends also get a chance.
Wearing the discarded equipment of firefighters long retired, the 8 women's teams have taken to this game like the proverbial ducks to water. They compete as ferociously and with only 25 pounds less water pressure in the hose. A slightly soggy but nonetheless enthusiastic crowd of friends and family cheered their home teams on. Now, if all this looks like fun to you, I'm told a home version of water ball can be easily arranged with 2 garden hoses, a clothesline, and a beach ball on a string. Just don't forget to close your windows first. Jillian Rice, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
And hope your kids didn't hear about that. They'll want to do it. Now, who won? Well, Circle Pines won the men's division. Brooklyn Park won the women's contest. And we'll get the latest on the weather. Lightning out there, says Roy Finden, right after this.
How many times have you thought about going to the dentist and then put it off?
I would have asked you for it. My teeth. I'm a busy man.
I took the kids. First things first.
Your gum disease is under control for now.
Good. What's next?
You take care of those gums and teeth, and they'll be even better next time.
Drop in on the dentist every few months before you're dropping in every night.
Here they come, our last shipment. Your last chance to save big on the compact Pontiac. Sunbird, from $48.98. Just $125 a month. Sunbird, 22 miles per gallon, 35 highway. Over 300 to choose from at your Twin City Pontiac dealers today. Come on, make your best deal ever at your Pontiac dealer. We've got the cars you need today.
At 5:30, there was talk 20% chance of rain tonight. Suddenly, that's now like 70%. What happened?
Just watch and see.
Okay.
I'll show it to you all. First, the present temperature, which is 74. The dew point is 55. Humidity 52%. The wind is from the southwest at 5, and the pressure is at 29.91, and it's rising. First order of business is a severe thunderstorm warning, which is valid until 11 o'clock. Just been issued by the National Weather Service, and it includes southern Otter Tail County, parts of Douglas County, and also the counties of southern Todd County. And we can see this on the radar. This is a live picture right up here. You see the bright spot. That's right near Alexandria, Alexandria being in Douglas County. And that's a severe thunderstorm warning, and it's valid until 11 p.m. Now, to go back and help answer Don's question, let's go back to the satellite view as it looked this morning when we first took our first glance at it. And oh my goodness, it was sunny and just fine, and a little cloudiness here and a little cloudiness here. So let's relive the joys of the day and the sunshine and just watch this lapse go forward. No clouds in our picture hardly at all until later in the afternoon and about supper time. And the sudden blossoming of those clouds was the indication that there's a better than a 20% chance of some rain. This is the last visible visible satellite picture, and you can see the thickness of the clouds. The last couple of photos are the infrared photos showing us where all the more vigorous activity is located. And now let's see how that developed on the radar. We'll go back to news time again at about 6 o'clock on the radar, and this is where we had activity. And some of these were severe thunderstorms as well. As we roll this forward, at Alexandria they reported some 1-inch hail. Glenwood reported some pea-size hail. Strolled right through, right across Lake Mille Lacs, and what we see here in the center are all the false returns now, and you can see the light rain getting just about into the metro area up to our latest picture. And now let's switch to the wider range on our live picture now to see exactly how far this extends. And while we see the area up near Alexandria, and what we see down here is some more thunderstorm activity may be developing in South Dakota. What we see here to the east and to the south is a false return, to reiterate that situation. So it's turned into kind of an active day after a night after not such an active day. Impeccable timing for a pleasant conclusion to the weekend. This area of low pressure, the low pressure trough, is just coming slowly through to bring us the chance of the showers for tonight. And the high pressure is what's been responsible for the delights of the day. The delights of the day included a high temperature of 84. Last night it dipped to 55 degrees, and of course it has been dry. And we find the 100-degree temperatures that have been so prevalent down south didn't get nearly as far north today. 100s there. It did get up to 101 degrees at Dallas. And at Dallas, just following that, they had 3/4 of an inch of rain. The temperature dropped to 76 at 78 there tonight. They're expecting it to go to 101 for tomorrow. For us, a slow movement of this system past us for tomorrow, a warm day again, and a continuing, not a big chance, but a continuing chance of some showers. So for tonight, let's put it into syllables like this. Variable cloudiness, showers and thunderstorms likely. 58 to 66 degrees with southerly winds. And then for tomorrow, variably cloudy, warm, slight chance of a thunderstorm, 84 to 90 degrees and southerly winds again. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, 54 to 63. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 80 to 86. And for tonight, a 70% probability, especially in the northern counties in the metro area, 20% for tomorrow. And the extended outlook is right around average with low 80s, chance of showers Wednesday.
Thank you, Roy. And speaking of percentages, how about a 100% chance? We're going to talk some sports in just a minute. Familiar face finishes on top at the State Open, and the Twins rally to win at the Met. Rob Lear has the day in sports when we continue.
Make like a pioneer and take an autumn trek in the scenic St. Croix area. The Lung Association can accept a limited number of backpackers for the Minnesota Trek for Life and Breath, October 17th to the 19th. Trekking 40 colorful autumn kilometers will help raise money to support programs for children with asthma. Entry deadlines for this autumn backpacking adventure are near. Call 227-8014, the Minnesota Lung Association.
The Boys Club Summer Camp is a wholesome character-building experience. In order to attend, many of the inner-city boys and girls in the club have earned their way, but many will need financial help. On August 23rd, the 5th annual Run for Youth will be held at Lake Harriet to raise funds for the kids who need some financial help to go to camp. The Run for Youth is open to runners age 8 and up. Please join us August 23rd. For more information, call the Boys Club of Minneapolis.
Sunday, baseball, a lot of other things. No help for the Twins as far as the KC Royals.
No, Kansas City stays in pace, but Twins, what an effort out of the Met today, Don. A tired Twins pitching staff got some relief help from bullpen hand Albert Williams today, who notched his first Major League victory. The Twins come from behind, beat Boston 5-4 at the Met today. A great day for baseball, and a crowd of 26,000 filled the stands at the Met. Boston's Jim Rice back off the disabled list after a 31-game rest. Wasted no time to find the groove. This triple to left center field scored 2 Red Sox runs. They had an early 3-1 lead. Twins would use the carom off the first base bag to account for the start of their comeback. Rob Wilfong doubles in a run. The score stands 3-2. Twins had later grabbed a 4-3 lead and were preserving it behind the pitching of Williams until the 7th, and this Hoskin-Powell error would tie the game at 4-all. And up would come a seldom swinging Danny Goodwin, who got a chance in the 8th inning with Rob Wilfong aboard. Goodwin's sharp liner to right would score the go-ahead, and the game-winning run. Twins win today 5-4. Rob Wilfong sliding there at home plate. Elsewhere, Chicago, Texas have split a doubleheader. Baltimore in the 12th has beaten Milwaukee 5-4. Toronto shuts out Seattle 5-0. Tigers and A's have split a pair, while the Angels in Cleveland had their doubleheader postponed today because of rain. And in Kansas City, the Royals shut out the New York Yankees by a score of 8-0. In today's confrontation of American League division leaders, Kansas City's George Brett was one of the many Royal bats to hop all over starter Tommy John's pitching. This triple to center field knocked in one of the 8 Kansas City runs, shutting out the Twins' next opponent, the New York Yankees. They're in town tomorrow night by a score of 8-0. In the National, it was Houston 6, Montreal 3, a final score. Steve Carlton, a 16-game winner. Philadelphia beats Atlanta 17-4. Cincinnati wins 10-4. San Diego a 5-2 victory over St. Louis. The Dodgers have beaten the Cubs 3-2-12, while Pittsburgh has beaten San Francisco by a score of 6-4. At the Summer Olympics today in Moscow, the Soviet Union has pushed its medal total to over the 100 mark. Although for the second time in less than 24 hours, the heavily favored Soviet Union basketball team has lost. Yugoslavia scored an overtime win today, all but ending the hopes for the host team to win a gold medal in basketball. In track, Finland's Lassia Varen failed in his attempt to make Olympic history today. Ethiopia's Mirtus Iftar won the 10,000-meter race that ends the domination of the 8-year Olympic decathlon domination in that event in the 10,000 race. America's absence in the Olympics was felt, and the results turned in today in the 110-meter hurdles today. Superstar Renando Nehemiah, the world record holder in that event with a time of 13 seconds, had to surrender a possible gold today to East Germany's Thomas Melket. In lane 3, he won the event with a time of 13.49, way behind Nehemiah's pace. Meanwhile, Soviet fencer Valdemar Lapsky is reported to be in satisfactory condition. After this freak accident yesterday in the Olympic foil competition, Lapsky was struck by his opponent's foil just moments before the tip was broken, causing the sharp edge to pierce through his protective clothing. North Oaks amateur Dan Kronquist won his second consecutive Minnesota State Open Golf Championship today. Kronquist's 2-under par 70 total was 5 shot better than Minnecota's Bob Ackerman, who was the top pro and collected $1,500 in the process. The complete highlights of today's final round of the National Car Open Golf Championship at Bunker Hills will be seen immediately following Eyewitness News. On the PGA side of the tour, it was Howard Twitty who survived a 6-hole playoff to edge Jim Simmons to win the Greater Hartford Open Golf Tournament, while Sally Little won the ladies' side of things, a 4-shot victory at the Western Union Golf Classic. She defeats Amy Alcott and Beth Daniel there today. It was Brian Gottfried of the United States versus Argentinians Jose Luis Clerc in the finals of the Washington Star Tennis Tournament today. Godfrey in the far court won the championship 7-5, 4-6, 6-4. It was Godfrey's play on the volleys like this that enabled him to beat the up-and-coming Clerc and $24,500. The outlook for tomorrow on our KSTP Fish Forecast gets an early morning start in the good range before the graph takes a break, then peaking in the excellent range between 1 and 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And Don, the Minnesota Kicks are now back in 3rd place. Not good news tonight in the Central Division. Tulsa beat Memphis by a score of 3-0. So the Kicks now trail first place Dallas by 10 points. They now, Tulsa with that victory tonight is just 2 points behind them. The Kicks will be on the road Wednesday. They're in Detroit. Their next home game is Saturday against Rochester.
How does it look for the Kicks as far as the playoffs go?
Well, it's starting to look better with that victory tonight by Tulsa. That doesn't help.
Okay, thank you very much, Rob. That is Eyewitness News for now. Come on back 6 o'clock tomorrow. Good night.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Walker, and I want to tell you about something that's really very, very special. It's called a Job Corps. If you're 16 to 21 and not in school, Job Corps will give you free training, and you can earn your GED, plus you can earn while you learn. It's a skill for everybody, over 100 in all, from auto mechanics to nursing, and you'll still have time for sports, movies, and fun, too. The Job Corps works, and so do its graduates. I should know because I am a Job Corps graduate. So call this number and check it out.
KSTP-TV, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Channel 5.